Hey, Shalom, 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 Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and giving praises to his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Shout out to the beautiful elect, the elect, the prophets among us, whoever they may be. Amen to that. Shout out to the Aquaf, the beautiful men that's in the Word, and no, the Akim, the beautiful men that's in the Word. And whether you be from a camp or not, you still push the Word wholeheartedly, and whether you no, you still do your studies and go to the highways and byways to the best of your abilities. Shalom, much love to you guys. Much love to the sisters, the aqua. Fuck, sorry. And much love to you beautiful sisters, the aqua. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh. You listen and you learn in silence. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. Today's title is End Times, from dreams to prophecy. You know, because right now more than ever, the Most High is pouring His Spirit out on a lot of people, and whether they be from the children of Israel or not, they still having dreams about the end times. You know, about the end of the world. And a lot of these dreams can relate from prophecies and precepts from the Bible right out of it, and some of them are extremely vivid. Some of them can be confusing and obscure, you know, but above all else, you know, they warnings, and they warnings for what is to come, you know, and the things that are happening on the earth and the things that are coming from heaven, you know, the two realms meeting, you know, the convergence. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's plan, it stands firm about the end times, you know. I'm going to read some of it. You know, his threats are firm. You know, every now and then for me, I don't get dreams. Like, I don't get visions on the regular, you know. But every now and then I do get visions. And they just reminders of what's to come, you know. And they be scary. I ain't even going to lie to you. They be scary, real scary, you know. Ooh, you fly. Yeah, they be scary, you know. I mean, it's nice and it's promising to have proof, but you know, to live in those times is pretty terrifying. You know, last night I had a dream about me being here on the last day, and the dream started off hella weird, man. It started off hella weird, man. I watched this DC movie called it was about Darkseid. And we all know that Darkseid is Yahweh Shai in the DC universe. Dark man with red eyes. According to DC, he's one of the powers of the universe, and he's one of Superman's arch enemies. You know, so but we all know in reality, you know, the Superman is the white man, and then Darkseid is Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai, his father is the only power in the universe, you know, and he's part of that. So in the story, Darkseid, he beat up everybody, he killed everybody, and he ends the world. And one of the people that was in the one of the heroes that was a part of Superman that helped save the world, but by saving the world, it was at a great cost. The world ended up in ruin, and the world pretty much ended. He used Flash's flashpoint or whatever, and have Flash go back in time to fix the world, and to, you know, to go backwards in time to make sure that it never happened, you know. So I was having a dream about that, but my dream spun out of control, and I ended up in some room with some guy, and you know, in my dream I'm like, it's coming, and I was like, get your shoes and stuff, we getting the fuck out of here, you know, in the dream. And I'm grabbing my shoes, I'm putting my shoes on, and he put his shoes on, and I go outside, sky turned blood red, and I'm all like, we got to get out of here, you know. We hop in the car, and we drive off, and he's driving, and I'm just hanging on in the back, and the whole fucking sky turns black. It's turning black, like black, and everything around us is getting No, everything behind us is getting blown away. Cars getting flipped over, cars disappearing in the darkness. It's just, bad, And we going as fast as we can, and and the blast or the blackness or whatever is destroying the back of the car, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, go faster, but the car is like a itty bitty car, like one of those half-a cars, them little ass little, cars. It's I don't know how to describe them. I forgot the name of them, but they're like these little itty bitty cars, and the car was zooming, and for some reason we didn't get hit, and for some reason we was about to get hit, So I know that it's the nuclear I know it's the nuclear event, like the atomic bomb or whatever blowing up, and we going as fast as we can. Next thing you know, I end up on top of a giant spaceship in the air, and Yahweh Shai is there, and I guess we didn't die, and we didn't really make it to our destination, but we appeared there, and I guess the house that we appeared at was there, the house that we left from, it was there right on top of the chariot, and we was there, and Yahweh Shai was there. He was in some clothes. His hair was white and black, stylish or whatever. Like, it was kind of gray, and then it had the black in it, and then his beard had the gray in it, and then it had some black in it, half or whatever in between. But I knew it was Yahweh Shai without a doubt. He was black, and he was dressed as a businessman, very nice attire, and he was dressed in a blue suit, and then he had on, what was that? Was it red? I think it was red. Red velvet in the middle. I don't know, but overall he had the blue suit on, and he was beautiful. He was fly. But I was looking at him as he was talking, and I looked up in the sky, in space, and it was a whole bunch of black figures just lined up, and it was so many of them that it looked endless. And I knew, I'm like, those the angels, the army. I knew it off the rip, but it was crazy to see that in person. I'm standing, and what we were standing on was the chariot, the fathership. We were standing right on top of it. And I guess, I was like, how do we, I was trying to ask him, how do we, but every time when I asked him in the story, in the dream, he had a response to it already. He already knew. He was like, yeah, I beamed up your house too, and I beamed you up, pretty much. And and he was saying everything gonna be all right. I guess that's what he was saying. I can't really remember because it's kind of foggy. And all I remember is me looking up at him and me start crying, because I knew what that meant. I knew what being on that chariot meant, and we was in space. It was in space, like right above the earth. And we was in space, and it was crazy, and I was crying. And the person to me, I could barely recognize him. I knew I had another person with me, but I don't know. I don't think he was with me anymore, but I can hear him in the background, but it really didn't matter. But it was the fact that in the dream I made it. The Yahweh had chose me and beat me up before the blast can get to us, and took the house with us. I guess the house was a sign of comfort, but I'm pretty sure that anybody that end up on the chariot already know what this is about. You won one of the greatest games of games, and you got the golden ticket, and you got on the chariot, and you survived the nuclear day. So that dream right there was real powerful. I was crying in the dream, and the dream felt so surreal that I was crying in my sleep. I could feel my spirit crying, like, damn, like I didn't know that Yahweh Shai would choose me, and he saved me, he saved me from that calamity. Everything was on timing. It was crazy. Everything was on timing. Move, you fucking fly. Everything was on time. Everything was perfect, and I was at my most desperation. I was scared. I was struggling. I was surviving, and he came and he saved me right before the blast can take me. Because all I knew was that everything faded out, and I ended up on top of the fathership, and my house was on top of the fathership, and Yahweh Shai was there, like just explaining to me, like, you pretty much, I got you, I saved you, and it was just crazy, because I was looking around, we in space and shit, and we talking, and I'm looking around, I looked up, and I seen all those people lined up, all those people, And it says, alas, the day is great. It is even time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So right there was very, very detrimental. And that was the third dream. I'm gonna be accurate. That was the third dream that I had of the last day. And it was terrifying, man. It was terrifying because it felt so real, and you could see the darkness. You could see the blast just taking over everything. You know, cars tumbling. You know, everything fading into blackness. It was coming so fast. It was happening so fast, man. And I'm like, hurry up, get us the fuck out of here, get us out of here. And he only driving as fast as we can, and darkness is right there at the back window of the car, and it was started crumbling. And the next thing you know, I ended up on the chariot, on top of the chariot with Yahweh Shai, and he was like, pretty much, I saved you. You know, you know, you won. You know, like I won. You know, he won, but you know, I won too. But you know, I had the golden ticket, and he saved me. So you know, that dream right there was terrifying. It was actually pretty scary to end up in the nuclear event, because that was the nuclear event. You know, and it was happening so fast, bro. Happening so fast, and you know, sometimes, like it says in the Bible, the eye of the Lord is in every place, you know, beholding good and evil. You know, sometimes the Lord will also check up on you. So I had other strange dreams of me being watched. Like I had a dream that I was at work, and all these people, I was at work and I was chilling at work, and I probably was like with a friend or something in a house or whatever. It was weird, but I was at work and somebody called me. It was like, you're not doing your job, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, why? Is something going on? I'm right at work. Is something happening? You know, and there was like something going on. I think you should come outside. I come outside, and I'm looking around, and you know how dreams are. I'm at work, but the place looks different. It can be like that. And I look in my direction, and the house is on fire. The whole house is on fire, you know. So, you know, I'm flipping out. I'm trying to go in there, but I'm not allowed to go in there. I go downstairs, you know, and I guess somebody called the ambulance, but here's the strange part. You know, the people around me just kept talking shit, and they just kept talking about me, and they just kept talking bad about me. It was weird, you know, like, and plus me being security, you know, I deal with a lot of people like that. They don't like to be told what to do. You know, they don't like you controlling them, having some sort of control on their life. They don't like you being around because you may tell or snitch or whatever. You know, they just don't like you because they see you as an authority figure. You know, a lot of people don't like that. And even worse, if you black and you dealing with, let's just say, I'm gonna put them out there, white or Hispanic or fucking Chinese, them the worst ones. They don't respect you, you know? So you gotta fight for your respect. You gotta kind of earn your respect. You gotta put fear in them, like, you know, in a weird way. You're not trying to, but you got to, you know? But they was all talking shit about me. The people that came out, they was fine, but they was unconscious, you know, they was injured, you know, and the dream switches up in the dream. It switches up in the dream. The Lord tell you not to not to worry about dreams. Let dreams be dreams. You know, dreams really don't count. They don't matter. But in a weird way, you could tell a vision from a dream. You can tell. You can tell signs and dreams too. So after they, you know, people talking shit, people making fun of me, people just being bad people. You know, I took that as a sign because this is exactly what I deal with at the job. You know, and people will call when they need help, but when you come and you try to tell them, oh, turn the music down, oh, you know, you guys got to calm down, or you can't have a party over here, you know, people get mad, they get irritated, they start talking shit, they want to do something, you know, people be high, under the influence, you know, they don't want to listen, or some of them just don't like you off the rip, you know, for you being polite, you being nice, like, hey, you got to turn the music down, you know, or you can't be doing this and that outside, could you put this to the side, you know, could you take this out the way, I don't care what you're doing, but, you know, shit like that, you know, and in a way, I can relate to a lot that was going on in the vision. I'm gonna call it a vision because that's what it was, and I can relate to that. Then the dream switches up. Vision, dream, whatever. But the vision switches up. Next thing you know, I'm at this old house. Okay, now this old house is my first house. It's the house that we was all raised in, and it's in LA. 243 and a half, 116th Street, over there by 118th Street School. I think it's Avalon and San Pedro, over there from Locke High School down there in Los Angeles. It's a duplicate house. We stayed in the third one. No, we stayed in the second one in the middle of both, two of them. And I was over there, and I was sitting in the living room with my stepdad, well, former stepdad, Jason. And I was having a traumatizing vision. It was weird, you know. And he was like, "Did you get your homework done?" And I'm shuffling through my homework, and none of my homework is done, you know. But I'm not telling him, and he tried to pass me the blunt. And in the dream, I'm like, yeah. And I was like, nah, I don't want to smoke, you know. And he like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from. And he hit the blunt again, and then he passed the blunt to me again. And I'm like, nah, I promised myself that I'll never smoke again. I'll never smoke weed again. And he kept trying to pass it to me, kept trying to entice me. And after that, you know, I was looking around, and I'm like, damn, I'm at the old house. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sitting in the living room, and the dream ends. See, okay, my point is that Yahweh is watching, you know. Like it says, the Lord has eyes upon every place, beholding good and evil. So, you know, even in your dreams, even in these visions, he's watching. So, you know, sometimes you got to decipher some visions, because some visions don't make sense, and some visions be kind of slightly confusing. But sometimes you got to decipher these visions. And have more, and when you decipher them, you'll have an understanding. So, you know, that, you know, I ain't smoked, and it's going on 4 years that I ain't touched no blunt, seen no blunt. I ain't been doing no drugs. I promised that I wouldn't do it, you know, and I wouldn't touch it no more. And that dream was about that, you know, me being resilient, me being strong. And Jason, in the dream, I used to fear him as a child. I still kind of slightly do to this day, because of the trauma and the impact that he had on my life, and how much fear that he pumped in my life. To this day, I'm trying to fight that shit and get rid of that particular fear, because in fights, the trauma kicks in, and now I fear everything. Even niggas that are weaker than me, I fear them. But in a way, you know, like I told you, fear protects, makes you stronger, you know. And I'm trying to fight that. So, you know, and you got spirits that'll come into your dreams too. Yeah, spirits are real. Spirits, whether they be good or bad, you know, they'll come and they'll project themselves as the people that you know, or you care about, or you once cared about, or people that you've forgotten about, you know, and they'll project themselves as that, knowing that, you know, they spirits. But you got to know how to be able to decipher it and to figure it out. So in my dream, I already knew. I'm like, okay, this is a spirit. You know, Jason is no longer around. I haven't seen him in months. And according to what's going on, he in jail. So, and he might be in jail for like what? He might be in jail for like what, like 7 years. So he gonna be in jail for a long time, you know, and probably more than 7 years, probably more. But I ain't seen him at all. So, you know, by seeing him, by seeing him in the dream, I knew. No, and God damn it. By seeing him in the vision, I knew and I understood. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it's just a test, you know, and I seen it. The other dream was about my job, and that one, and the main one was about the last day nuclear event. It's very spiritual, but at the end of the day, it's just a way of the Lord to check on you. It's the way of the Lord to check on you. He's been watching me at my job. He's been watching me stay sober-minded, you know, and he knows that I believe and I got faith in him. So it might be a chance that I survive this and I see the last day. I see the chariots. I see salvation, which is Yahweh Shai. You know, amen to that. So we can get to some of that right now. Sorry for the long opening, but that shit was deep. I got another one that I can explain, or it's a recap, and then I got one more vision that I could tell y'all about. So hang on. Okay, I found one. I can read 31. It's Ezekiel 31, verse 1. It says, Moreover, Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesied against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. It says, I will lay the cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. It says, Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. That is true. Because right now we at the ending of our iniquity, we at the end of our jail time, and you know, we supposed to be set free, we supposed to be liberated, we supposed to be back in Israel right now, but you know, the enemy won't let us return, and the enemy won't liberate us, you know. So now we stuck here dependent somewhat on the enemy for a time being, and he just won't let us go, you know. He won't give us our power too, because we're not gonna leave without the power. We're not gonna leave without the throne. We're not gonna leave without the crown. So it says, Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. It says, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. It says, Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that returneth. It says, And I will fill his mountains with slain men. That's the nuclear day. It says, In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers shall thy fall that are slain with the sword. The sword go into various things. You know, it could go into the gun, it can go into disease, it can go into the nuclear event. It spreads, you know, because Esau is the sword, and the sword is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's left-hand weapon, and it can be a diverse forms of weapons. You know, even a word can be a part of the sword, which is the media. You know, that can be, you know, words, you know, can impact people too. Words can cut people too. So it's diverse, you know. But this is talking about the nuclear event for sure. It says, I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return. It says, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. It says, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. It says, and I will make myself known among them, and when I have judged thee. That is true. Because right now we coming into times to where, these dark times to where it's going to get so bad to the point to where people going to know that Yahweh is at his work. They're going to know that Yahweh has done it. You know, all these plagues and stuff that's taking place, these economies becoming desolate. Oh, wow. Cannot drive at all. These economies become desolate. The decay, you know, of America. And speaking of these countries, a country, Cuba, right now, they going through it right now. They got some hard times right now. The electric grid is destroyed right now, and they doing what they can to try and get it repaired. You know, and they're going through a lot of the plagues and a lot of the curses right now. And the Cubans are Israelites too, you know, and they going through a lot of suffering right now without no lights. You know, the water isn't working right. You know, they got to deal with food issues. You know, gas. You know, all kinds of shit is going on down there, and the people starting to think that it's America attacking them, you know, or sanctioning them, you know, in a way. And hey, shit. They're not far from the truth, you know. They're not far from the truth. But that's an example of what's happening right now, of the midst of Yahweh being over them and being upon them. And, you know, the end times is not going to be a pretty sight. It's going to be bad, real bad. It says, and thou shalt know. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh. Why is it? I hate this light thing. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, It says, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. It says, and I will make myself known among them. It says, when I have judged thee. That's right. So when these times come, like right now, we at the doors, we at the very doors, the doors of destruction is starting to open. Right now, we dealing with the inflation, and hyperinflation is gonna set in real soon, to where things start skyrocketing. A candy bar would be $3. A honey bun would be fucking damn near $3. A loaf of bread would be fucking $20 to $25. Fucking gas is going instead of $10 filling a Honda's tank, you're gonna need $25 to $30. Everything is going to skyrocket because what is happening. And fucking BRICS is moving in, so they invited like 5 countries right now to join BRICS. And in November, BRICS, they trying to roll out their own currency. And 5 more other nations have resigned America, so they would use their own money, and I think they would transfer it. They would use their own money until the BRICS is ready to distribute their money. So and their money is backed by gold. So they trying to make their money more worth than the USD, the US dollar, and knock America, from being the lead of the world. And we got the stupid ass election coming up. As much as it doesn't matter, and in a way, it does, because I guess Carmilla is black or whatever. She is an Israelite, and they got Donald Trump going at it. But if they elect Carmilla, it's not about what she can do. It's just about her color. And that'll be a kind of a spit in the face towards white people and make them angry. And in a way, it'll be an example of the Israelites taking power from these white people and putting it into their hands, which won't happen until, we all know that's not going to happen until after Yahweh Shai come, but for now, that's what it looked like. And we all know Camilla is an agent of the deep state. So she's not gonna be help at all. She's gonna be trouble. But it's just a simple fact that, she got the color, and she got the people that's backing her. I heard that Donald Trump is slightly winning, and if he win, he gonna bring a lot of fucked up laws towards our people. One of the laws is U.S. Army soldiers is allowed to kill on U.S. soil. So that's one of the laws that I heard about. One of the other laws is him not taxing rich people. He gonna tax the poor people, and let the rich get richer and poor get poorer, spread the gap. I forgot the other ones, but it's plenty more. But Camilla ain't no better. Like I said, she the advisor of Joe Biden. She the reason why inflation and the threat of the economic collapse is happening in the first place. And on top of that, they the reason why these proxy wars is going on in the first fucking place, because the main one is Israel versus Lebanon, and I think Iran, most likely Iran, but right now Israel is attacking Lebanon, and I think Hezbollah is in Lebanon, and they next door to each other, and Israel is attacking them. Right now Israel is breaking their rules of war, and they could potentially attack nuclear plants and other things that are important, and it might draw in Iran, or they might most likely they're going to attack Iran directly, and but as soon as they attack Iran directly, they will be attacked by Iran, and other nations that got Iran back gonna jump in. But Carmilla is a part of fueling and funding Israel to attack Lebanon or Iran. So she's not no good. She the reason why World War III is speeding up, and it's coming to a head anyway. So she's not good, but it's a simple fact that she's dark-skinned, and she's melanated, and she's a potential Israelite. I don't know, but she is brown, and by her winning, it's gonna be a spit in the face of these white folks. It is, It's just her color, you know. Everything else, she worked for the state too, so it don't matter, you know. Okay. Wait, let me see this. Sin fast, liberty, wherewith. I can barely see myself, this damn thing. Oh, this one is good too. Revelations 18, chapter 1, it says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory." It says, "And he cried with a mighty, no, he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." That is true. That's what America is nowadays. So it says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication," and through the dollar, through them being inspired by her, and coming and going after her, to them being deceived by her tyranny and her attacks on other nations and her theft from other nations. It says, "For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." It says, "The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." That is true, because the trade come from here, and they get the USD dollars from America, and then they transfer it to their money, like King Yehoiada Maccabees was saying. They transferred it to their money, and they got more money off the US dollar. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive of her plagues." It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities." So this is why America is falling right now, and this is why the curses are setting upon their people, and this is why these plagues are coming upon them, and the famine is coming upon them too, which is, the famine of money, the famine of hope in the society, the famine of jobs, the famine of politics is not going into their favor. It's a lot going on. You got a lot of these white folks that's making videos and telling the government or the powers that be how much they don't like it, and how much they not understanding why they don't turn their backs on them, and they have abandoned them, and left them to their own devices, and how much they betraying them, because they getting tired. Some of them can't afford their homes anymore. Some of them are deceived in college. Some of them don't want to work these crappy jobs. Some of them aren't going so well in their marriages because of the feminism and Me Too movement, and these women. A lot of these men is stepping up and complaining about how their women is moving. That the women would rather date like Chads and Tyrones, and they leaving all the good men and coming back to them when they all worn out and they all damaged and shit. And men don't want them, and it's causing men to walk away and the rights that they given to women outweigh the men more, and they get benefited more, and these men is getting treated like garbage. And these the white men that allowed them to, the same people that helped build the society, forge their own governments, and give these women these rights, is now stepping up and complaining about it, and just giving up and being cast out of their own society too, you know. And it's causing them to stop working, it's causing them to give up, it's causing them to go in hiding, you know. They want to sit around and play video games all day, or they just don't want to be with nobody, they don't want to spend their money, and little do they know it's making their birth rate go lower, you know. Y'all not multiplying, you know, y'all not being together, it's destroying their race, you know. It's not really, I mean, we going through it as black men, but it's not destroying us as much as destroying the opposite, you know. And that's one of the curses is on them, is through that separation, is because they was doing that to black people when they was putting in Section 8, you know, putting in child support, putting in fucking what's another one, food stamps and cash, you know, throwing out your man, and that way the state will be your man, and as long as you don't have no man, or you not married, or you ain't got no man in the house, you can have this. Back in the days, they used to go and literally check and see if a man lived there, to make sure that you was by yourself, and, you know, usually have people from counties to come check up on black women and separate them from their men, or sometimes they would just separate from them completely, you know, and be like, oh, I don't need you and this and that, I can stand on my own, and causing that separation between the black men and the black women. Now it's happening to them. It's happening to them, and they don't like the shit, you know. So like I said, I don't really care about what's happening to them, and the men walking away thing. Yeah, I'm with it and all of that, you know. But we've been doing it before, y'all been doing it, but now it's hitting them extremely harder, and they don't know what to do with it. They just giving up, and most of these white niggas used to contribute to their society. They're not contributing to it no more. They giving up on it. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. That's right. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled unto her double. That's right. So the impact of what they've done long ago is coming, and it's hitting them harder, you know, 10 times harder, you know, now, you know, because of the terrible things that they've done in the past. Everything is catching up to them now, you know. So the Edomites, they really don't understand, you know, the magnitude of what they've done, and how they've destroyed, you know, our people, and, you know, kept them into slavery and treated them like garbage, made their neighborhoods desolate, you know, put them against each other, you know, tried to change their nationalities to make them hate one another, you know, and racism towards each other when they all one people, you know. They've done all of these things, you know, sexual acts, sexual assault, you know, putting them against each other with money, you know, like they said, like I said, pushing feminism on the women and shit, making them feel like they don't need no man, all they need is the master, all they need is the white niggas, you know, shit like that. And that's not even working, but now it's not really working. But actually it is working now. But in the past it was real bad, you know, in slavery. It was bad. But, you know, they got to pay for all that. Like they said, make her pay double. You know, so when all of this shit started, it's going to be all of this dark time starting, and when, you know, they finally go to war out there, and BRICS finally knock off the US dollar, and this whole shit start to burn up and inflate and collapse, you know, and they taking rights from black people. They taking their money and their livelihood through AI and shit, you know, and fucking robots taking your jobs and shit, and these corporates just saying, fuck society, we are society, and you got to join us, and if you don't join us, we won't take care of you. You better take this chip. All these fucking people that actually think that they gonna continue forever. These corporations think they gonna last. These secret societies think that they gonna endure forever, and they got another thing coming, you know. But this is what they're doing, and they taking the rights from Jake, and these Israelites And when you take everything from the black man, then the black man go finally take everything from you because he's stronger than you. So that is what's coming. And not only that, they're going to make them pay double, man. It's going to be horrible. These wars are going to be horrible. Why you think that they making robots and machinery and high-tech AI so they can fight these fucking Israelites when the time come, bro? Because as far as I'm concerned, them the ones that's to be reckoned with. The time is coming for the civil war, race war, these riots, you know, great death, you know. And a lot of these white people that live with us and coexist with us is going to take much of the impact. They're going to take a whole lot of that shit, bro. You know, even though on our side, the 2/3, they're going to get whooped too. But, you know, like Yahweh said, Israel is his battle axe, bro. You know, they going to get their ass whooped, but they going to kill a lot of these fucking people. They gonna kill a lot of these white folks. It's gonna be bad, bro. And like they said, pay on to her double, bro. So Jake is not gonna give a fuck what he gotta do. He gonna take care of his family. He gonna take care of his people, and he gonna kill if he got to. So that's another thing that is coming to a head in a society right now. So Yahweh Shimei Shai is gonna cast that upon his enemies. You know. That's why Esau wanna make the first attack. Because he knows he wanna attack first, because he knows that these Israelites, when they catch on and they realize what's going on and that they ain't getting nothing out of it, they're not getting what they want, they gonna go crazy. You know? As far as I'm concerned with it, a lot of the Israelites, a lot of us is starting to wake up to it and starting to catch on and see what the wicked are doing, and seeing how they changing everything. And seeing how they're trying to cut down the jobs, they're trying to get rid of the slave force, you know, through this stupid ass technology that they think is gonna help them prevail. They watching that. You know, a lot of people are waking up to it, and they starting to fear more and more. But you know, they're not doing nothing about it. They can't do anything about it at this point. You know, they just hope that, you know, because there's a lot of them that are simps. You know, a lot of the people that live out here are fucking simps. I hope they change their ways. I hope they become better. That shit ain't gonna work. Ain't none of that shit gonna get better unless you do something about it. And these people, they don't want to do nothing about it. They just hope that, you know, that the government and the deep state should have a change of heart and go lightly on you. No, it's not gonna work like that. You know, these people is gonna be the same people that fucking go harder, and they're not gonna give up. They're not gonna let up. They're gonna double down on you. You know, especially the Israelites, because they know what's coming, and they know that we getting closer to the seat of power. You know, and he getting closer to his exit. He knows that. So let's see. It says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and I shall see no sorrow. Right, no troubles, no war, no nations attacking her. That's what America thinks. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh who judges her. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her at her and lament her for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour her judgment has come. Because the nuclear bombs is like 30-minute missiles. So it could take you like 2-3 weeks to get to another country, and for the missiles it could take only like 30 to 40 minutes, 15 minutes to get over here from where they at, you know, from these distant countries. So it ain't gonna take long, you know, and you got like 15 minutes to 30 minutes to take cover. That's how fast these nuclear bombs are coming. And that's another one I forgot to hit the point of my lesson. And I had another dream like that, and in that minute and in that moment, that's when Yahweh Shimei Shai gonna show, and he's gonna save the elect before the nuclear bombs touch the ground, before they even touch the ground. So I had I had another dream like that too, that I was here on the last day of the Lord again, and this was a dream before I had this dream today. It was a long time ago, and I woke up. No, I was up in a forest, and I was sitting in the trunk, in the truck with a bunch of people, and I was hiding out, and we was hiding, and we was on the edge of a cliff, on the mountain, and in the forest. And I looked up in the sky, and the entire sky was half black, and then you could see the stars and shit on the other part of the sky, and the moon, and in the sky it was the fathership, and the fathership was so big that it blacked out half the sky. Everything was black on the other side, but you could tell that it was. I knew it was the fathership, and it was chariots. It was spaceships coming out, and I was chilling with some people, and the next thing you know, it was a fucking chariot that came out, and it flew down, because the fathership, they said the fathership would appear on the last day of the earth, World War III and the nuclear bombs going off, and the Lord gathering his elect, and gathering the people that believed in him, and it lands, right, and it opens like a stairs. It's opening to us all, and I was so excited. At first I was scared, I was terrified, because when the door opened and the steps came down, it was a big ass bright mist, like bright light, like a big ass bright light in the doorway, and it was so bright, but I knew what it meant, and I was happy that I seen it, so I ran straight towards it, and when I ran through the door, that's when I woke up, so that one right there is a part of the last day. And like Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, he will come and save us, at the last minute, at that last moment, at that point, to where you need him the most. He gonna show, and you probably won't even know it at all, but he gonna appear and he gonna save you, at that point of fear, at the most chaos, at the pinnacle of all this shit that's happening, he gonna save you. And then it was one more dream to where I got spiritual power. I was running through the forest from some people that had SWAT gear on, and they had the SWAT gear on. They was armored soldiers, and they was looking for us. And I was running with some girl in my hand, and we was ahead of them, and they was looking for us. And next thing you know, we got tired, couldn't outrun them, so we jumped inside a well without a second thought, without no hesitation. Jumped inside a well, and they had ran up, and it was pointing their guns inside the well, and it was looking for us. And the girl, she had tried to breathe, and a bubble of air came out her mouth, and it went up, and the SWAT seen it, and they started shooting. So we had to sink deeper and deeper. And we was running out of air, man. We was running out of fucking air, man. And next thing you know, I started breathing in the water. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm breathing in the water. And it felt so real. It felt so real. It was a vision. That's how I knew it was a vision. I was like, what the fuck? And I was breathing in the water. And then I took my hands like this. And then, if you could see it, took my hands like that. And I put it on my neck. And then I put it on her neck. And she started breathing too. So while they was looking for us and hoping that we either come up and they shoot us and we die, or we either drown down there, and then we bubbled up, we didn't. And it lasted for a long time. And then they finally gave up and they left. And when they left, and we knew that the coast was clear, because we sat down there at the bottom of the well. We jumped up and we went back running, so that was a dream of spiritual power right there, very, very, very emotional, very powerful dream. And at the time when you need the power the most, for those of us that believe, the fuck is going on with these fucking... Oh, people cannot drive. It's so dangerous today. People be doing dumb shit, bro. Dumb. But at the point where you need saving, at the point where you need that power, it's gonna come to you when you need it the most. It's not gonna come to where, all the chaos is starting and it's like, okay, Lord, I need the power now. Give me the power now. No, it's gotta be an epic moment. It's gotta be a moment between life and death, man. It's gotta be one of those moments, And And it's gotta be when you need Yahweh Shem Yahushai the most. So it's up to Yahweh Shem Yahushai to whether you live or you die, and you get that power, you know. So right there, that was real detrimental. That was real, powerful, and that's how the Lord rolled. You're not gonna get the power, or you're not gonna guarantee. You're not gonna do all these works that's gonna guarantee you that power. The Lord is gonna give it to those that He want to give it to. That's how it is, man. And at those points, it's up to Yahweh whether you live or you gonna die, and you're gonna be in them pinches to where the Lord is gonna deliver you, or the Lord is gonna give you that power that you need to defeat and kill your enemies, or to slip away from your enemies. It says, and after these things I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah. It says, salvation and glory and honor and power unto Yahweh. It says, for true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. So we're going to be on top of the chariots, or inside the chariots, looking down, and we're going to be happy, and we're going to be cheering because of the nuclear bombs that's destroying this place, finally destroying this place, and finally getting rid of the wicked and cleansing them, and other nuclear bombs hitting other important cities too, because a lot of them countries going to be hit with a good amount of them countries going to be hit with them bombs too. They're going to go everywhere. Some countries and some cities not going to get hit, and then some will going to get hit, but they all going to suffer. Especially America. We're gonna be so happy, and then to get beamed up, and next thing you know, you're looking down out the windows or on top of the chariot, and you're looking down, and you're like, damn, finally, like, this shit getting blown up. Thank you, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hallelujah. In the name of Yahushai, hallelujah. That's everybody that's gonna be cheering. Niggas gonna be crying and shit. Some of us still gonna be dramatized, like, I can't believe that I made it. Some of us is gonna be like, damn, like, this shit was one hell of a ride, man. We survived that shit. Now look at that shit. Now he getting his works. The devil getting his works. White man, the whole fucking utopia being blown up. And we gonna be happy. So it says, and the 24 elders and the 4 beasts fell down and worshiped Yahweh and sat on the throne, saying, Amen, hallelujah. And a voice came from out of the throne saying, praise our God, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and both great. It says, I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, and the voice of many waters, and as a voice of mighty thunderings. It says, hallelujah, for the Lord Yahweh omnipotent reign. It says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come. It says, and his wife have made herself ready. That's true. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And she said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called into the marriage of the supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. So, and the story, well, we gonna kiss his feet regardless. And he's still gonna tell us, you ain't gotta do all that, you ain't gotta do all that. But a lot of people gonna worship him for being saved, because he saved us when nobody else could. He rescued us, he gave us the power to protect ourselves. We found we found protection within, you know, the Lord's arms. So, you know, we're going to be kissing Yahweh Shai feet regardless. And you're going to be like, y'all ain't got to do all that. Y'all ain't got to do all that. Y'all ain't got to do all that. I'm thy fellow brethren. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, told me to do this, and I'm going to do this for y'all because I love y'all. And he love y'all too, you know. Everybody going to cheer. It's going to be a big, 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 big party on them chariots, man, for those of them that make it. It says, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Yeah, that is true. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, which is Yahweh Shai, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. Meaning that he going down to finish the job. He going down there to go find the elites, them secret societies, them kingdoms that started all that shit and ran off. They're going to be under them underground cities. You know, they're going to be hiding out in nuclear-proof mountains. You know, they're going to be hiding in city-like bunkers and shit. And we're going to go and find them and put them in slavery. It says, he that leadeth in captivity must go into captivity. He that leadeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Amen to that, because that's what's going to happen. It says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns, many countries, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, Yahweh Shai. It says, and he was caught with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed upon him with white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So they going to be on battleships and chariots too, because the other nations, they going to go up and they're going to fight. They all going to unite. They all going to drop their act. They all going to unite for that cause, and they going to fight this, what in their eyes is an alien threat, but it's actually Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai and his sons, and along with Michael, which is the right-hand general of Yahweh Shai, to come and finish the job. And Satan. Satan going to be on the side of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai too, and he going to be destroying them too. And people going to be bewildered. You know, they're going to be bewildered. They're going to be caught off guard. They're not going to see none of this coming. And all these big angels and all these weaponry, they're going to let loose, and they're going to finish off these countries, and they're going to go get them elites and them secret societies that are responsible for destroying the world. And for trying to slaughter the Israelites, you know, yeah. So it says, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty Yahweh. That's right. And that winepress is full of blood, because when you're on a winepress and you squashing grapes and you stepping on them, nothing but red come out. You know, so he talking about all these people. He talking about all these people that he gonna kill and all these crowns that he gonna take. And he gonna be with the 144,000 when they get their new bodies, and he gonna be with the angels, and they gonna have their chariots, and then they gonna come down and they gonna be blowing everything up, looking for the elites and looking for their families and their generations, and looking for these royal kingdoms and these wicked kings that are responsible for the world being destroyed, you know, and they gonna put them into slavery. Amen to that. And you know, that's what I saw in my dream. I saw the army of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in the heavens. I seen Yahweh Shai, and I was standing on top of the fathership, and my house was there. And I guess the house was a sign to this being my new home too, to be comfortable, because like they said, that radiation and all that shit that's on the earth is gonna take time for it to go away. You know, it's gonna take some time, but the world is gonna be reborn, remade, and it's gonna be through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the name Yahweh Shai, and he gonna put these Edomites into slavery, and they gonna rebuild our new world, and then there goes our new life. You know, hey, it'd be awesome if I don't have to die to see the kingdom. If I gotta die to see the kingdom, that's cool. You know, like they said, because I see it in my dreams, and I hope that, you know, I make it. I have high hopes that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai choose me, but he ain't got to. You know, it's up to the Lord, you know. But, you know, that was the end times. That was from prophecies to dreams. You know, I'm gonna post this for y'all, and I hope that, you know, whoever reach. You know, I got much love for the Israelite brothers and sisters. Thank y'all for listening, and call on Yahweh about Shem Yahushua. In the name of Yahushua, I'm gonna get my run out the way and go and enjoy the rest of my day off, and that's that. Shalom.